What's up, everybody? Todd back again with another video. Today I want to show you a really great lick that you can play on 2-5-1 chord progressions. The lick I want to show you today really focuses on the first chord of the progression, the 2, the minor chord, the minor 7th chord. So it's a great traditional bebop type line that can really send you off in many different directions. And that's what I really love about it. So check it out. Here's the line. Alright, so that's the line. I did it in the key of C minor, so we think about a 2-5-1 in B flat major, so our first chord is C minor 7. So it's really simple because all it is pretty much going up and down the scale. Obviously I'm talking about concert key, just remember that concert key. So I'll speak in concert key moving forward. So we need to know all of our minor 7th scales, because that's what the lick is based off of. So the C minor 7th scale is C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat, A. Okay, once you know that, you actually know the first part of the line, because the first part of the line is simply going up the scale. Except there's one difference. When we get to G, the 5 of C7, we go up to B flat. So we hit the 7th. Okay, so that's the first part of the line. The second part of the line, we actually come down the dominant 7 bebop scale, because now we're on the 5 of the 2-5-1 of chord progression. So the first part, we were going up the 2 chord. Now we're at the 5. We've crossed over to the dominant 7th chord, so now we're going to come down using the bebop scale. And I have a video about that. I'll put it in up the top here, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, we'll come down on the bebop scale. So here's the first part of the phrase. And then we immediately go from that B flat, which is the dominant 7th of the C minor scale, we go down a half step, and where that puts us on is concert A, which is actually the 3rd of F7, which is the 5. So now we're on the 3rd note of the 5 chord, and we're going to go from the 3rd of the 5 chord down the bebop scale. Right, but that E to E flat, that's that bebop scale that I was talking about before in that other video that I have for you to check out. So that we're going to end the phrase on the concert A, which is a couple different notes depending how you think about it. Because we're on the 5 chord, it's best to probably think about it like that, as the 3rd of the 5 chord, or the 7 of the where we're going, which is B flat major. All right, so here's the phrase. And that's really it. I want to just add one more thing, which I think is going to be really helpful. When we get down to that concert A, or the 3rd of the 5, I want you all to go up the 5 chord playing a triad. So we're going to go, so once we get to that A, we're going to go A, C, F, which is basically just straight up an F triad. So listen. So now we're still on the 5 chord and we're on the root now, and something cool, so add that, and then we're going to add one more thing, which is where we're going to go chromatically down the bebop scale again to E flat. So we're going to go F, E, E flat. So that can be a cool phrase unto itself, but here's the line. 5 chord. And I'll leave it up to all of you to figure out how to resolve it using different ideas. You know, I want to leave that part up to you to resolve. But that little thing that you played on the dominant chord, starting on the 3rd, the A, is another, just a great line unto itself that you should make sure you have in all the keys. So let me just play the full line in context. I'm going to resolve it this time so you guys can hear it all the way through. Very cool, right? So another thing I just want to add to this is that, you know, it could be a little boring starting right on the downbeat, you know, of the phrase, you know, right on the root of the 2 chord. But I did do another video of what I call approach tones, which can sort of mask it, make it sound so much better. So instead of going, we can actually do approach tones from below, right? We could do them from above. Or we can actually go below, then above, and then hit it. So do both of them. That's my personal favorite. So those are a lot of different ideas and concepts to think about just on this very, what maybe you thought was just going to be a simple lick to learn, but once you add in that you have to learn in all the keys, the approach notes, the thing on the dominant chord, and then you got to figure out how to resolve it, it becomes a whole new concept and perspective on how to play. And that's what I love about music. There's always one small little thing is actually, you know, months and months of practicing and discovering new ideas. So let me just play something for you in context using what we just talked about. Cool. So thank you all so much for checking out this video. I hope you guys got something out of it. As always, the notes will be on the bottom so you can have them as a reference. But I encourage you all to learn these licks, practice them in all the keys, because they're only going to help you become a better musician. Thanks again, and please subscribe. Lots more videos to come. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.